What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the Life of Sean YouTube channel where I make videos on anything and everything that I can think of, something different every single week. So before we get started, make sure you subscribe. And I also want to shout out to the recent subscribers. Thank you so much for joining the channel. Even though it's small at the moment, we're only going to grow. As you can see, I'm starting off in my office, which since starting back up this YouTube channel, I've rearranged like 10 times in all different configurations, but nothing I'm really been happy with as of yet. So in today's video, you are going to see me transform this room, which will probably take me a couple of days to finish, which I feel pretty lucky to have my own room to do anything that I want. I call it sort of my office, which I guess is what it is, but I still am spending a lot of time in here now with these YouTube videos and the editing and all those sort of things. So I want to upgrade this room to make it something that I want to spend more time with. And in the corner behind the camera, I have purchased a whole bunch of things off Amazon and Kmart. Like, I'm doing this on a budget, but I am going to be upgrading this room for better lighting, aesthetics, and to just overall make this room better for me to want to spend more time in and to film videos like this, I guess, like talking heads in my own space. So I guess before we start upgrading the room, I guess it's time to empty this room so that we can basically start at zero. There are a couple of things that I'm going to be keeping, which include the cube shelf, which there's 4 cube shelves attached together, which I might actually separate and use them individually. I'm gonna take down all my basketball jerseys. I might relocate them somewhere else. But I think one of the main changes is going to be upgrading my desk, which I've had for quite a few years. It's still in really good condition, which I'm actually going to be giving to a friend. Robbie, you're finally going to get the desk, mate. I've got a stand desk sitting in my garage, which has been there for a couple of weeks, which I'm looking forward to using because for a few years now I've wanted to get a stand desk and I'm finally going to have one. I also plan to take down those shelves with all the pop toys. I'll have to relocate those. There's a lot of Harry Potter stuff from my wife that I'm not really into, but she likes Harry Potter, so we might have to relocate those somewhere, possibly in the spare bedrooms. That can be the Harry Potter room. It's already got a couple of posters and stuff in there. But yeah, let's get to basically emptying this room out. Yeah, I guess there's nothing else to it but to do it. So let's empty this room, make the rest of the house a mess before we can get this all sorted. So if you're not a fan of basketball, or you are a fan of basketball, I still think I have quite a few jerseys and hats. Not all my hats are in this room, but I still think I have quite a few. Got one type of the Brooklyn Nets, another type of the Brooklyn Nets, and 76ers. Got a Lakers, got a Golden State. I think I also have another Golden State. I have a Rockets. I think that's about it. But anyway, we can quickly move on to the jerseys. You'll see a little bit of a theme. Got James Harden from the Rockets, Zion Williamson. Got a brand new Harden 1 jersey. I got this jersey, and then he left Philly like really soon afterwards. Same with this one. I got the Nets Harden jersey. The bit of the theme there is that James Harden's nickname is the Beard, and that's why I started following him, because I think when I started watching, he was the MVP, and I like the beard. And then I just have some of my favorite players. We got Luka Doncic, 77. LeBron James. This is the 23 jersey. This was actually the year that they won the championship. It wasn't when he changed back, because he was number 6. And then of course we have the best shooter of all time, Steph Curry. This is one of my favorites because I got it for my 30th birthday off my family. Thank you very much, family. I'm gonna have to find somewhere new for them. I might just put them in the cupboard for now. Now, as you can see, I've got the hooks where I was hanging the jersey up. I was going to remove them, but I might leave them for now. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with that wall yet, so I might leave them and see if I end up using them. If I don't, then I can quickly pull them off. All right, so that's pretty much one wall empty, which I haven't seen empty for a while, so that's pretty cool. I think the next step will be removing that shelf, but before I remove the shelf, I'm gonna have to move my current setup, take that shelf down with all the pop toys and my little figurines, relocate them, find them somewhere in the new setup, or put them away. But we'll see. We'll make that decision once we get it empty and get the new stuff set up, see if they have a space for them. I put that shelf up like a few years ago when we were still fairly new in the house, and I hate that shelf. I hate the way it looks. It's on the worst brackets. It's the thinnest bit of wood. So it's time for that to come down and get that wall looking a little bit clearer. There are going to be holes from the screws, but yeah, don't tell my landlord. Wait, I own this house, so I'm the landlord, so don't tell me. Seeing that I use a laptop as my main runner, I have an old computer, but that I couldn't handle the 4K editing. Yeah, I use this with a dock, which is really good. I've had it for a couple of years, and that allows me to run my external monitors and my peripherals and speakers and everything. So they shouldn't be too hard to set up on the new desk. I'm just going to move this out of the way and yeah, get rid of this shelf. So as you can see, it's not the cleanest back here. This is normally on the floor, but because I was moving I had to put it up. There's a bit of a rat's nest, but most of this is pretty easy. Like, I've moved this a couple times and it's pretty well organized. So that really shouldn't be too hard to move into the new desk, but I will show you that once we get up to that point. I think the safe thing here is for me to grab a ladder and take all this. Actually, I don't need a ladder. All right, so I'll take all the pop toys down first and then we'll get rid of the shelf. So let's do it. These are actually some pretty cool things that I 3D printed during COVID lockdown. I don't really use my 3D printer anymore. It's in my cupboard. So let's have a quick look. They're a bit dusty. They've been set up there for a while. But we've got the Hulk, Baby Groot, Baby Yoda, not Baby Groot. Got young Groot that I've painted. I actually think that looks really cool. And a Spider-Man bust Iron Man, which you can probably tell I do have a few things that are Iron Man. And I think I do have another pop toy as well, but I like Iron Man. I'm actually going to get him tattooed on my leg, which I'm sure you'll see in a video, but let's continue to move this stuff off. So get rid of the Harry Potter stuff, but again, we're just going to be relocating. Well, that was bound to happen. Of course, the only one that I caught was the Joker. All right, well, I'll clean that mess up. I hope that sounded as violent as it was. Michael Scott. Rick. See, I've got some cool ones. Oh, whoops. That one's a little bit damaged. Who's that? Nearly Headless Nick. I apologize to my wife for dropping that. I didn't mean to. Anyway, let's clean this up. If you have a bigger collection of Harry Potter, I'm not just going to say pop toys, but if you have a bigger collection of Harry Potter than my wife, then please let me know. This is supposed to be a cleanup, but I'm just making everything a bit messier. Anyway, let's finally take that damn shelf down. Don't judge me for using Ryobi. I'm not a tradie, so I don't need to have crazy good gear, but for home stuff, this does the trick. I think I managed to find the stud when I put these in as well. So at least I'll know where the stud is. I've got the camera underneath the shelf at the moment. Hopefully it doesn't fall on it. Maybe I didn't find the stud on all of them. I've got the drill stuck between my legs and I might drop it on my foot. That would just be pretty standard for how this video is going so far. All right. All right. She's off. Shelf. Ow! I just stabbed myself with a screw, and I didn't hit the camera. Whoa! I've not seen this wall bare in a while. Looks nasty with all these holes. With decorating, or maybe that's not going to be in the background, but I do have some more of those like easy to remove hooks, so I can maybe put a couple of those up and have some decorations. But this shelf is finally out, but I might repurpose it for something, so I'll leave it connected and I'll just leave it in the garage for now. Wonder how many I can carry without them stacking up. 8 at a time. My friend Rob loves Batman, and I got a surprise for you, Robbie. With the desk as well, I'm going to throw in a texter. So I'm going to give you a free texter as well. So just remind me that I'm going to give you that texter. You're not getting Batman. If that's what you thought, then you're silly. No way. My dad gave me that as a present, and the thing is sick. I think it's, how tall is it? I don't know, maybe 70 centimeters tall, something like that. But it's awesome, and I'm keeping it forever. What do you think, Batman? I think that's roughly where I'm going to put it. I did plan on having this sort of just like directly in the center, like under the window. But there's a lot of room either side, so I might disconnect it and use them as single individual ones. And then I can do something across the top to connect them if I wanted to. Or I can just have the gap in the middle, because if it's directly behind me, then I can store things and you won't be able to see it because I'll be standing in front of it. So I might disconnect them, use them individually, and go from there. Fast and Furious, anyone? Four big screws there. I now should just be able to move them individually. Gotta go to work. Yeah. Alright, well at least now they're separate. I can work out exactly where I want them once I do the rest of the setup to see what sort of looks the best. Like, am I going to have it on an angle with the, I've got some RGB lights to go behind them. Is that what I'm going to do? Or am I going to push them back together? But we shall see as we progress. All right, I was just on a bit of organizing because as you can see, we have some DVDs and things that we had sort of on display, I guess, but I guess it's just because we had really nowhere else to put them. And you're sort of thinking like, who has DVDs these days? But my missus is obsessed with Friends, and she obviously got these when she was younger, before everything was on streaming platforms. So that's why we have those. And also she, again, loves Harry Potter. She's got the DVD box set thing. So we've just got some box sets, and I do have some DVDs that I've picked up new from like markets or Vinnie's, like op shops and things like that, that I think are cool to have on DVD. Sometimes they don't have them on streaming services. All right, as I continue to organize, I'm still trying to work out what's the best way to sort of move forward with the setup. I might start organizing this desk so that I can move it out a little bit, bring in the new desk, and have it somewhat set up where I want it, so then I can just transplant it over. So yeah, I'll get to organizing that. All right, YouTube, I'm just going to jump in there. That's actually going to be part one. As I was editing the video, and even as I was filming it, I knew it was going to be a multi-part video. Towards the end, I knew it was going to be a multi-part. So hopefully you subscribe so you can catch part two. I'm now filming in the spare bedroom, which is where I told you we had the Harry Potter posters. And my missus is quite obsessed. I even got a tattoo for her, which is the Deathly Hallows. From me and Batman, we hope you subscribe to catch part two, and we really hope you enjoyed part one. Actually pretty happy that I get a multi-part video, as I've been looking to do a project, and this turned out to be more of a project than I was expecting, so I'm pretty happy about that. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss part two, and we will catch you in the next video, which is the continuation of this one. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it.